This is part 3 of section 12.3. We want to use this histogram that we're given to find the standard deviation. And then we're going to round to 2 places if we need to. So the first thing we need to do is to get our data items off of this chart, this histogram. So I have a data value of 8, and I have 2 of them, so 8, 8. We have 3 9s and 2 10s. Okay, so how many items is that? That's 7. So we'll be using n minus 1 equal to 6. We need to find the mean. So that's 63 divided by 7 items, so our mean is 9. 8 minus 9, negative 1. These are zeros, and these are ones, and they do add up to 0. Now let's square each of these. And that adds to 4. So the standard deviation of this will be 4 divided by 6. The square root, let's try this again. Square root of 4 divided by 6. And that is approximately 0.82. Okay. All right, so let's do this from the stem and leaf plot. We want to list everything here. Now our stem is 0, so I could, if I wanted to, write 0, 4, but normally we would just write 4 and then 8, and then I have 12 and 16, and then 20. That's 5 data items. So I have n minus 1 is 4. So I'll be using that as well. Let's find the mean. Okay. That is 60 divided by 5, which is 12. So our mean is 12. 4 minus 12 is negative 8. 8 minus 12 is negative 4. 12 minus 12 is 0. 16 minus 12 is 4. 20 minus, that's 8, and these do add to 0. Now let's square each of these. Okay, and if we add all of these up, we get 160. So the standard deviation here is the square root of 160 over 4. Okay. All right, this simplified the square root for me, and if you are using a calculator like this and you need an approximation, you hit this button right here. It's like a double arrow, and it will convert it to a decimal for you. So this standard deviation is approximately 6.32. All right, one more. Okay, I'm going to write down all of my data items here. 13, 15, 13, 18, 13, and 14. And then 23, 20, 20, and 24. I just wrote them in the order they were given to me, but you can write them in numerical order if you wish. There are how many items? 10. So n minus 1 is equal to 9. Let's find this mean. If I add up all of these items, you get 173. Divide that by 10, and your mean will be 17.3. Okay, so I just put that in memory into my calculator so I can do these subtractions. 13 minus 17.3 is negative 4.3. Okay, so okay, and I'm going to go ahead and square that since it's in my calculator at the moment. And that gives me 18.49. Okay. Now 15 minus the mean is negative 2.3. And if I go ahead and square that, I get 5.29. 18 minus the mean gives me 0.7. And if I square that, I get 0.49. $14 minus the mean, I get negative 3.3. And then if I square that, I get 10.89. 23 minus the mean is 5.7. And if you square that, you get 32.49. 20 minus the mean is 2.7. If you square that, you get 7.29. And then finally 24 minus the mean, and you get 6.7. And square that, you get 44.89. Okay, now if you add up all of these, and I've been checking it with another sheet of paper I have with this worked out, these do add up to 0. Okay, and then if you add up all of these, you get 164.1. So your standard deviation is going to be the square root of 164.1 divided by 9. Which is approximately 4.27.